Get in, nerds. We are playing Burden of Command. So, we've once again uh, held held the line. The enemy's got a few squads coming up. We've dealt some morale damage over here. Not as much as I would like, but we're still doing okay. I think we're going to use our 50 cals and our other machine guns to do some damage over here. And to just keep the enemy suppressed and not doing any of the things they want to be doing. Alright, they've successfully maneuvered so that none of their units are in view of this 50 cal, except for these other machine guns here. So this one, we can... I might want to move it, actually. I do have the ability to. Just a little bit. So we'll use our other MGs for now. I could rain fire on this leader with this MG. I think that is what I'm going to do. Oh, wow. Look at all that suppression. Yeah, here's hoping. Let's do it.
Traversing fire!
Okay. I've revealed that MG, but they really didn't know I was there. Alright, so that cost them some significant, some orders here, which is good. Let's take a shot at this squad. Okay, this is costing Stern his orders right now, and I don't want it to be. Well, I guess he's personally directing fire, and that is good. But we'll just keep pounding away. Again, I don't want to concentrate fire on one unit necessarily right now. What I want to do is spread out the damage to suppress German officers and to force the enemy to spend a bunch of time rallying units and just generally not doing anything productive. I cost this unit a couple of orders, so we'll hit this unit next. Alright, and that only cost the MG an order. Okay, they've become undaunted. But I still cost them an order, and theoretically dealt some suppression. So, this 50 cal now, we're going to pound this unit. Hopefully cost them some orders. They did get bolstered, but they were not undaunted. So that's good. I can do a bunch of suppression to this unit or a bunch to this unit. I can get plunging fire on here, so I think that's where we're going to shoot next. If I shoot without Captain Murphy, how does it look?
Go!
Versus with Captain Murphy. It's 6 and 6. Did I see 9 somewhere? Yes, with Captain... No, it's only 9 against that unit. This unit's badly suppressed already. Might be worth pressing them to shoot twice, although I think this TKL squad has already been pressed. I pressed them a little early on in the battle. That was maybe not as smart as I could have been. But that's okay. So, if I shoot at this squad, that'll make them incredibly likely to move here and rally. And that is what I want. Now that I've cost this fella some orders already. So let's do it.
Let's get to it!
Beautiful. So they're down to cowering. Now, with Captain Murphy, what kind of support have I got in the pot? Just my own mortar for now. So I need to use this unit wisely. Going after one of these MGs. They're in really good cover, unfortunately. Go after this unit, get them some suppression. Go after this unit, suppress them. Or I could pound on this leader unit again.
Keep your heads down.
Let's hit one of these other squads. Nice.
Watch your flank.
And then I think Captain Murphy's going to move here. And as fun as it would be to start taking pot shots at this machine gun, I actually think I need to rally them.
Ready?
They have gotten rested, so I could press them again, and I think that's the right call. That's all of Captain Murphy's shots, so I could take some shots with this unit now. Net suppression's pretty low. Look, he gets 6 against this leader here. Let's do it.
Steady fire.
They have become undaunted, still. But I got them down to 1 order, so that means, hopefully, that's 2 turns of waste. Now, Stern's got a little bit more to do. So where's a good spot to have this MG park itself? Here, not ideal, can't shoot it much. Here, though, it's a good location.
Keep it up.
It's going to take them a turn to get there. Oh, it's going to take them much longer than a turn to get there. Not ideal. We'll pull Stern back with the idea of maybe bolstering them next turn. Alright, that is our first action. Time for the enemy to get a vote. Okay, yep, that rallied, and that's that unit's entire turn. Right, those guys are moving forward. Okay. Yep, and we got an officer back there wandering around rallying units. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Again, this is a defense scenario. Buying time is an extremely effective strategy. Because the longer the enemy is goofing around, not doing the things they need to do, the more turns they waste, the better things are. Let's go ahead and rally this bazooka.
Stand with me, Kameraden.
Now bazookas can move 1 tick and then shoot. I'm gonna move Lieutenant Rao here into this unit. So that he can do whatever he wishes to do. I think next turn we'll keep this bazooka and Lieutenant Thompson's other squad moving to get them into position down here. Alright. Anyway, I'm not going to do anything else with Rao's squads because I think we're just sticking light and easy. Again, I don't see anything moving over here. And this squad is turned correctly this way. So that's all for now. Let's see what the enemy decides to do. Okay, so they've bolstered to get down into the ravine. Alright. So I'm going to have another enemy unit coming up over here. I'm going to have another enemy unit coming up over here. And both of them have officers. So that is what it is. Now I could use Dearborn to rally this squad. I am actually going to do that.
Gentlemen, let us complete our victory.
That might be a little bit of a waste. There's a temptation to press them. I'm not going to do that quite yet. I don't know what the enemy's bringing up right now. So far, most of my squads think they're hidden. No, I was going to use Thompson. Well, that's okay. The enemy will do plenty more moving this turn, I suspect. Yep. Wow, I took a lot of suppression on that. Question is, am I able to rally with Rao now that it's my turn? Yes. So that's absolutely what we're going to do.
A war to finish.
Beautiful. All right. Let's hope they don't do that again.
Nicht anhalten.
Okay, moving more infantry into the ravine. Alright, that's all they've got for this turn. Now, we'll go ahead and... This spot's safe. This spot's basically safe. So... move this squad over here. I'm still going to leave them... Someone can see that? That's unfortunate. We're going to move them back there, then. Because no one can see them over here. Uh-oh! Well, hopefully this wasn't a giant mistake. Where can they be seen from over here? This unit. Well, I may have... What's the opposite of a solid? Now the question is, can anyone shoot? So these tanks theoretically could. Putting this squad in the open is not wise. Maybe I'll move them up behind the bazooka squad next turn. In either case, that is all I'm going to do with Thompson this turn. We'll see what the enemy does. Those tanks are really a threat. Okay, moving up infantry squads. Alright, so I got 2 infantry squads kicking around over here. One up over here. Very pleased that this Tiger tank got stuck as soon as the scenario started. I'm very happy with that result. Risk it. Risk it. Oh. Well, this squad has gotten rallied, and we cannot have that, can we? So... Beautiful.
Keep moving.
Alright, they didn't get as much suppression as I was hoping they'd get, so we'll keep going.
Suppressive fire.
Wow. They really got rallied, but good. So now the question is, do I risk using Dearborn's other squad's only shooting actions to keep this enemy unit in heavy, to get this enemy unit into heavy suppression? And that suppression is still pretty high. I'm gonna do it.
Keep fire.
I think this is necessary. I think this is absolutely necessary. Oh my goodness, they only got 1 shot. Gosh, they're still green. Heck. Can I press the unit I'm standing on? Okay, I might have to.
Again!
Don't give them an inch.
That's suppression 11. Alright. Get him!
Fire! Continuous fire!
Watch your fire.
Still in green! They haven't been getting undaunted or anything like that, so I'm not...
Get the BAR up here.
Ugh. I'm a little concerned now. Because that was a lot of fire I poured into an infantry unit. Not in the open, but, you know, at close range. Alright, got a little suppression there. Not ideal, but it is what it is. Wow. These units must have crazy morale defense or something. Alright. Let's see where the enemy goes. Okay. He's still shooting at Rao and his squad here. It's kind of the linchpin of our defense here. I don't want them to be too badly suppressed. I have taken some suppression up here. Used some actions, all that good stuff. So we'll see. Let's keep holding. Alright. That is the end of turn 5. And now they're sending in more missiles. Okay, no, this squad did take a bunch of suppression. The enemy can't keep this up forever, indeed. Now the question is, do I get absolutely stupid and go for an assault? That would be bananas. No. The answer to the question is no. Absolutely not. No, I do not. I do the sensible thing. The smart thing. I suppress where I can. I do damage. I keep the enemy held down and not able to go any of the places they want to go. And that's the point. So, we'll start with Stern once again. Once again, some suppression cost them a couple of orders. That's good. Now we'll target this unit. 8 projected suppression. That's what we want to see.
Fire!
And this unit's got a 3rd shot here. So we'll shoot this leader again. Again, anytime you can cost the enemy some orders. Yep, there we go. That's 3 orders spent protecting a unit that they... It's good to go. Alright, next we got the MG that Captain Murphy is commanding over here. We'll basically just do exactly the same thing. We'll shoot at this squad.
That's the way!
Nice. The enemy did bolster, but hopefully we've spent some of their orders and suppression and whatnot. Got them down to, yeah, and gave them some combat fatigue. That's fun. Yeah, so we got them down to medium suppression. We'll shoot at this squad next.
BAR up here. Give them a love tap! Get the BAR up here!
Love tap, baby, love tap. Got them down to 1 order. I might just shoot this squad again. I am costing Lieutenant Murphy his orders right now. Is it the same if I... Yeah, it's still 6 if I just shoot the machine gun. So let's do that. One last bolster, but again, that's all that officer's orders. And that is what we want. Now, I got this 50 cal, which is not exactly aimed at any units that are threatened. Again, chance to penetrate this Panzer III is still pretty low. I would have thought a 50 cal would be able to manage penetrating a Panzer III, but maybe I'm not as smart, as knowledgeable about that as I think I am. So we'll go ahead and shoot some rounds at this squad over here. They have become undaunted, which suggests there is a leader in there. So maybe we'll shoot at them again. And hopefully that'll cost him some more orders. Hear artillery cracking off. Are the rounds coming down somewhere? There are rounds coming down around here. Alright, that's what's happening. Alright, now this 50 cal is going here. Is this a mistake? I hope not. It was a mistake.
Careful with the barrel.
Alright. I should have, I could have handled that better. But I'll be able to press them next turn if I'm smart. Do I support this unit with RAL? I don't think so yet. Captain Murphy has still got shots. We got a mortar over here, so let's drop that on. Squad's not likely to get too suppressed.
Keep it up.
This guy's out of orders, so if I keep hitting him, I could actually deal some suppression to his squad. Let's see if that works. That might have been an error, but that's okay. Hey, I got him down to low morale. Perfect. So that's going to lock down his. So he's not going to be able to do anything this turn or next turn, which is really, really good. So that's Weapons Platoon. They've done the work they needed to do, and now it's time to see how everyone else handles it. Okay. See a rally going on over there. That unit rallied. Huh. Okay, that unit rallied. We seem to be activating quite a few squads here.
Gehen Sie auf Ihre Kekse.
Yeah, this scenario must have a little bit of a differential of order capabilities, because the enemy has gotten to do a lot of stuff with a lot of different leaders at once that I would not be able to do. We're going to use Dearborn next, which I think, I think that makes a certain degree of sense, right, when we're talking about a large coordinated assault. I think that makes sense from a scenario rules perspective. It's tough, but I'm capable of holding back a superior force. I have the capability. Rao is dangerously low on orders right now. I want to use him to rally. I also want to shoot at these units, but I think I'm going to use him to rally. I think that's what we're going to do this turn. And this squad's going to get pounded on again. Oh, he can't rally. Well, that's a shame. Alright, we're going to put this bazooka up here. Hopefully they don't get spotted. They got spotted.
Los, weiterfeuern!
And shot at by an MG. Alright, well, not some of my best work. It is what it is. We'll see what happens, but unfortunately, that was a gamble. Can't creep a bazooka. Shame. Sadly. To my chagrin, you cannot creep a bazooka. So that's all I'm going to be able to do this round. Let's see what the enemy gets up to.
Auf geht's, Frontsoldaten!
Okay. Unit came up. Let's see if we can get some opportunity fire going. Not this turn. Not this time, rather. If I take command, one of Rao's squads, it looks pretty good. So, let's take those shots. They won the initiative! Oh, man! Oh, man! What an initiative win. Alright, so Rao's in a bit of a risky spot now. I gotta hand it to them. That was a crazy initiative seizure. That was a tiny percentage chance. So now the question is, do I take command of this squad as well? I think the answer is I have to, because I gotta get this squad suppressed. Properly suppressed. So let's do it. They were still able to shoot back, but hopefully I've dealt them a good amount of suppression. Yeah, there we go. Bow down. Okay, alright. Nice. Very good. Hopefully those are their only two tank shots this turn. And now it's time for Dearborn. It's Dearborn o'clock. So, I think we're just going to try and get these enemy units suppressed once again. I know they've just been rallied. They're both facing northwards. So let's start with our squads in the south. We can do a lot of damage just shooting here. So let's do it. Flanked from above and at close range. Beautiful. Dealt some casualties as well. Very nice. Got some experience. Alright, so they're fully suppressed, and now this one. Now, I don't want to go crazy with all this, because I know the enemy's got squads over here. So, alright, I've got them back down to cowering, so that's all I need to do. I've only revealed the position of one of my units, so for now we'll hold. And the enemy knows I'm here, over here as well, so we'll wait until next go-around, and we'll see if the enemy moves their units up here. Stop it! You're only supposed to have one tank shot per turn. Those are the rules. Oh! Well, that's silly. Those aren't the rules. Those aren't the rules. And in fact, the many of the early model Panzers actually are equipped with autocannons. So it's not. This is not unrealistic. I'm just big mad that I don't get one myself. That's really what's happening over here. This isn't any kind of complaint about the game rules. This is just... I don't know if the Panzer III has an autocannon. I think the Panzer III has a cannon. How do I know this? Hearts of Iron 4. I know the Panzer II has got a low caliber autocannon. I think it's basically the same caliber as the gun on the Sherman. It's the same type of gun, but it's It's automatic. Alright, let's see if we can't deal a bunch of suppression to this officer so that we can make sure he doesn't do shit next turn. Holy shit, indeed. I agree. Most articulate officer. He's still at green. So let's try it again. Hold on, did I? There we go. Alright, there we go. No undaunted this time, so hopefully that's them. Perfect. Now they're completely locked down. So now, to spend Dearborn's turn. I'm actually just going to press this squad. I'm not going to risk going over here to these guys. Because I don't want to get caught out in the open here if they've got more units coming up.
Es ist noch nicht vorbei.
Really? Again, I don't have a solution to that, so it just sort of is what it is. We're going to have to take the take fire from those tanks as long as the enemy's got them. And they've currently got them. Maybe I should move this squad a little closer. Oh, speaking of other squads, let's get this bazooka into position. Now the question is, they're still hidden. I think I put them here. Really? From all the way over there, huh? Well, gosh darn. It's not great, but I don't think the enemy's going to drive their tanks right into me this time. So what we'll do is we'll take this other squad. We'll get them hoofing it over here. I can't get into that house. But that's where I want to put them. Because then they can support this area and that'll be good to go. Alright. That is all I'm going to do with Thompson this turn. Let's see what the enemy does. Ooh. Ouch. Don't love that. Gonna have to have Lieutenant Murphy rally himself next turn, or Captain Murphy rally himself next turn. But I did get to shoot back this time, which is good. Stupid MG. All right. Still, his morale's okay. His morale is okay. If I can get him up out of the action, we'll be all right. Not close enough to shoot with either of Thompson's squads, but we'll keep them where they are on watch. And we'll see what the enemy does. All right, and that is the end of turn 6. We are halfway through this battle. We're still holding all of our objectives. The enemy's got some squads up here, but they're in a very poor condition at the moment. And we have the ability to keep them that way. We've got the enemy leader badly suppressed down here. We've got this enemy leader badly suppressed. They've got more officers around here, but I'm hoping I can deal with them and keep them from doing anything. So, that is all we've got time for this episode, my nerds. I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun. And I will see you on the other side.